There's a really fun way of looking at your makeup collection, and that is calculating it through years. Now, at first I had no idea what this meant, but I think it's such a fun way of seeing how much makeup that you have in your collection. So what you do is you take your most recent empties year. So my most recent empties year was 2023. It was a full year of project panning. You take how many products you finished in that year, and then you take the amount of products in your makeup collection. You divide the amount of products in your makeup collection by the amount that you finished last year, and that is how many years you have left in your collection. I hope that makes sense. I'm not very good at explaining math, but I think this is such an interesting way of viewing a makeup collection, and I did do this video a few years ago, but it's been a very long time, and I have not compared it with my 2023 empties, so this is going to be so exciting. But just before we do jump into the video, if you have not already, like and subscribe. I upload every single day here on my YouTube channel. I love bright, fun, colorful makeup, and if you are interested in this look, this is the look that I did in my brand new competition. If you want to win a £25 makeup gift card, definitely check up in the cards. I also do this wonderful look. I'm very excited. That competition is my little baby. So if you have already entered, thank you so much. It means the world to me. You can also check me out on Instagram, which will be linked down below. If you want some wild, crazy makeup inspo, you can get your fill there. All right, let's jump into it. So first, I'm going to start with primer. Now, I finished 2 primers last year, and I actually have 0 primers in my makeup collection currently. I'm not planning on buying any primers really. I have discovered I'm not really a primer girl. I'm not fussed on primer. I don't really see a difference. If anything, it makes my makeup look worse. I have very, very dry skin, so I mainly just use a moisturizer in the morning and then skip primer completely. I feel like that is the best thing for me and my skin, so I'm not really going to count primer in this video because I have 0. I'm planning on buying 0, so that means there aren't really any years of product because I don't have any. So I'm just going to move straight on to foundation, and last year I finished 3 foundations and I currently have 7 in my collection. So 7 divided by 3, that means I have 2.33 years of foundation in my makeup collection. I think this is a really good number. Obviously foundation is a cream product, so it does expire quite quickly, and 2.33 years I think is a really good amount. I don't think I've gone too crazy with foundation whatsoever, and it's a reasonably short amount of time, I think, anyway. I do like all the foundations in my collection. That was a big thing that I was struggling with for a while. I was trying to play around with what kind of foundations I liked, what foundations suited my skin, and I feel like I have a solid foundation collection right now, so big thumbs up from me. I'm very happy about that. So concealer last year was a bit of a weird one. I feel like I had a lot of kind of half empty concealers in my collection, and last year I finished 7 concealers. 7 concealers. That is a lot. I'm gonna kind of take that as an inaccurate representation of a year's worth of use. I am not going to be finishing 7 concealers this year, but I don't know, that's the number that I got. So for the sake of this video, I am just going to go along with it, but please do keep in mind, I really don't think this is an accurate year's representation. So I finished 7 last year, and I currently have 4 concealers in my makeup collection, which means I have 0.57 years worth of concealer in my makeup collection. So I have finished 1 concealer already this year, which is amazing, and I'm very close to finishing a second. I highly, highly, highly doubt that I will hit that 7 concealer goal. I mean, I can't. I only have 4 anyway in my collection right now. So I don't know. This one is a little bit of a what kind of category. I'm putting like maybe 3 or 4 concealers empty this year. I do fly through them, but not that fast. So loose powder, I actually didn't finish any last year, and I have a total of 2 in my collection. That is a lie. Is it? No, because I just finished 1. Oh my god, here we go. I do have 2 in my collection right now. No, I don't. I have 3. I've swapped these around by accident. So for loose powder, I've said I have 2, and for pressed powder, I've said I have 3. Those numbers need to be switched around. So loose powder, I have 3 in my collection. I finished 0 last year, which means I have 3 years worth of powder. I normally do go through like 1 a year maybe, but I don't know, last year may have just been a little bit of a dud year. I was very much focused on eyeshadows and cheek products last year. I wasn't really panning powders, so that's probably a big reason why. And then pressed powder, I have 2. I finished 0 last year, which means I have 2 years worth of powder. Again, not really panning powder much last year. However, those 2 pressed powders that I have in my makeup collection currently both have pan on them, and I'm really hoping to get them both finished this year. So that makes me a little bit nervous because that means I'll have 0 pressed powders in my collection. I'm gonna have to start looking around for some powders. I know you guys have given me some recommendations, but if you have a holy grail pressed powder, let me know down below. Okay, now getting into the good juicy stuff, let's talk about bronzers. So last year I finished 3 bronzers, which is really, really good. I think so anyway. And I have a total of 20 left in my collection, meaning I have 6.66 years worth of bronzers in my collection. The devil's number, here we go. It is not going to be the last time that this number shows up, I can tell you that. I actually don't feel like that's too bad. I think 6.66 years, like actually, I don't know, maybe I'm just a bit skewed because in 6 years, I'm going to be 28. The thought of having the same bronzer collection for 6.66 years until I'm 28, not buying any more at all and only just finishing them, that's a lot. And of course, with this kind of but like inventory kind of thing, some years you're gonna use up more bronzers, some years you're gonna use up less bronzers. Maybe some of the bronzers that I used up last year were already half finished. So it is a little bit of an inconsistent way of counting. I just find it interesting. I do it for the interesting aspect of it. 6.66 years, that's a lot, but not as much as blush. Oh, let me tell you, blush. This is a wild one. So last year I finished 0 blushes. 0 blushes. We're already 1 up from that this year. So hey ho, I'm very happy about that. But we're talking about last year's empties. We finished 0 blushes. I have 33 blushes in my makeup collection, which means I have 33 years worth of blush. I'll be 55. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. I'll be 55 years old when I finish my blush collection. That is awful. That is so bad. And that's if I finish 1 a year, because obviously I finished 0 last year. You can't really divide by that. So I'm just going to use it as 1. That is a lot of years. I'm going to be married. I'm going to have kids. I might have grandkids at that age. That is mind-boggling to me. Yeah, that's a lot. But hey, I'm already 1 up from last year. I've already finished 1 blush in my collection this year. I'm very, very happy about that, and I'm working on 2 more, so fingers crossed we can have maybe 2 blush empties this year. That would be amazing. Let's talk about highlights. So last year I finished 2 highlighters and I have a grand total of 14 in my collection. So 14 divided by 2 is 7. 7 years of highlight. I think that's okay. See, this is my skewed brain again. Normally people would go, oh my God, 7 years, that is so long. And I'm like, it's fine. It's not that bad. It is bad. It is bad. 7 years is a lot. Like, 7 years is a very long time. Like, I didn't think my highlight collection was that bad, but to see it like this, it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, the one we've all been waiting for, eyeshadow. I actually finished 10 eyeshadows last year, which I think is pretty damn good. I'm so happy with that. 10 eyeshadows. I've already finished 4, I think, this year. So we're way ahead of schedule. I'm so excited. But I have a total of 553 eyeshadows in my collection, and I did this one in my head. Are you proud of me? I'm not a math girly. 553 divided by 10 is 55.3 years. Oh my God. Oh my God, that is so long. I have a sneaky feeling I will finish more than 10 eyeshadows in this year. 2024, I'm aiming for like 12. I'm gonna up it. So that means hopefully I'll have less years of eyeshadow in my collection, but that is a lot. Obviously, I am a project panner, but I'm not aiming to finish everything in my makeup collection. I am, of course, a collector. I like playing around. I like accumulating things. So I'm probably not going to have all of these things done in 55.3 years. That is a very long commitment. That is a lifetime commitment. And I don't know if I want to dedicate my life to finishing every single scrap of eyeshadow in my collection. But just seeing it like this on this piece of paper is like baffling to me. This is insane. Of course, some eyeshadows are more firmly pressed, some are more loosely pressed, some are easier to pan, some already have pans in them, all that kind of stuff being said. 55.3 years worth of eyeshadow is nuts. I love eyeshadow. I have every different type of eyeshadow you could probably imagine. I'm very happy with my eyeshadow collection, but this is wild. Okay, we're gonna move on because that scares me a little bit. Moving on to eyeliner. Last year I finished 2 eyeliners and I have a total of 13 in my makeup collection, meaning I have 6.5 years worth of eyeliner. I don't think I want to be putting a 6-year-old liner in my waterline. Just a little personal preference there. I don't think that would be very good. So this is like scary. In my recent declutter series, I say recent, it was during Vlogmas, I did do a big declutter of my eyeliners and a lot of them are up here. They are my Colourpop cream gel liners and a lot of them had dried up, which makes me really, really sad. Like, I know I'm not going to be finishing all of these cream gel liners before they dry up. It's just the name of the game. But I like having a lot of different colors. I like doing bright, fun, colorful makeup. So the reason I have so many eyeliners is because I just like the choice of colors. I'm not too mad about that. I know why I have so many in my collection. It's fine. It's chill. Moving on. Mascara. I finished 2 last year and I only ever have 1 mascara in my makeup collection at a time, just a personal preference thing. So that means I have 0.5 years worth of mascara. So mascara normally lasts about 6 months. So I'm very happy about that. That is bang on the cusp of when you should really be throwing out a mascara. I'm currently using my beautiful Essence Lash Princess and I've been using that for about 2 and a bit months maybe. So we've got a while left, but I'm happy. I've already finished 1 this year, which is great. Hopefully we can have more than 2 finished this year. That would be amazing. Lip liner. Last year I finished 2 and I currently have 8 in my collection, meaning I have 4 years worth of lip liner. I think this is okay. I don't think this is too bad. I do normally have phases with lip liner though. I like to focus on one and then just pan it to completion. And then I have like 6 months of mourning and then I pick another and I just completely obliterate that one as well. I don't tend to play around with lip liner very much. I tend to get a lip liner that kind of works with all of the shades that I use anyway. And it just works really well. Currently, I am panning Colourpop Beeper. It is super tiny. It is in a project pan, and this works with browns. It works with pinks. It works with everything that I want to wear on my lips. So I would 100% recommend Beeper if you're looking for that like universal shade. It is slightly dark, so if you like that slightly dark lip line, this is definitely one for you. But I'm okay with that. I am probably going to have to throw some away eventually. It's the name of the game sometimes, but that's not too worrying. So for lipstick, last year I finished 3 and I have combined lipstick and lip gloss in this category just to make things a little bit more simple. So I finished 3 and I have 20 in my collection, meaning the devil's number is back. I have 6.66 years worth of lipstick in my collection. That's okay. That's okay. I've only ever had like 2 lipsticks expire on me. I don't normally go off what it says on the packaging. I just kind of go off like scent and like sometimes it has a weird taste, which is disgusting, but that's what happens. I'm okay with lipsticks. I kind of have my phases. I like to project pan them. I'm not very good at project panning them. Normally project panners fly through lip products and I'm just like the tortoise at the back. But I actually don't win the race. I just like finish about 10 years after everyone else. That's me. I find it really difficult to like reapply throughout the day. I just forget all the time. I know a lot of project panners reapply like 3 times throughout the day, and I just let it come off and I'm like, whatever. So I only finished 3. That's fine. I'm not too worried. 6.66. How spooky. And finally, I have setting spray. So last year I finished 2, and right now I only have 1 in my makeup collection, meaning I have 0.5 years worth of setting spray. That's fine. I use setting spray very, very rarely. It's only when I go to work because I have very leaky eyes. Other than that, I don't really mind if my makeup wears a little bit throughout the day. I never really see much of a difference, to be honest. It's only in my leaky eyes, so I'm fine with that. So what do you think of this way of counting makeup? I think it's really interesting just to see it in a little bit of a different way. I decided to do this video now because I have recently done a whole makeup inventory, and this is kind of half of this video as well. But I wanted to do the inventory first and then look at last year's empties and kind of contrast and compare. I think last time I did this, I had over like 100 years worth of eyeshadow. So to half that, pretty damn good. I don't think I finished as many eyeshadows though in 2022. That's probably the reason why, but I am smashing out eyeshadows this year, guys. And last year I smashed out eyeshadows as well. Very happy, and that's obviously taken our year's worth of shadow way down. Are you interested in doing this in your makeup collection? Have you already done it? Let me know down below your stats, your numbers, because this is going to be so interesting to see everyone's numbers. Everyone's makeup collections is so different, and I'm actually really intrigued to know your numbers. But this is it for this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, like and subscribe. I upload every single day, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new exciting video. Bye bye!